This is going to be me reviewing Olibanum Resinoid oil that I got from Harrison Joseph's website. I have prepared a 10% dilution of this material because it is extremely thick. I had to really heat it up, and at 10% it's usable. So I'm going to write down the name. This is my last paper strip. I plan to film some more material reviews, but I don't have more paper strips. I mean, I could use the paper that I have here, but I already have some other videos planned. I'm going to put this. I'm gonna let the alcohol evaporate a little bit while we wait. I'm gonna talk about some other things about this material. From my memory, it smells very smoky. When I think of this material, I think of something that's smoky and resinous. Those are the two main facets of this material that I pick up. It is quite a strong material, so you might even want to dilute it to 1% if it's too smoky for you. And the usage in the formula is also not large because of this. I'm sitting around this kind of distance away from the material and I can't smell it. It seems to be quite diffusive. It's not really explosive like citruses or aldehydes, but you can smell it. It is not a skin scent. It doesn't stay close to the skin, especially if you dilute it to these kinds of percentages. Let me grab my trusty sheet to describe materials. I will post an updated version of this on the Google Drive because I have some better ways to describe. This was my first attempt to do it. First, let's talk about volatility. Like I said, it's quite diffusive. I could smell it from around 2-3 fists away. It's supposed to be a base note, so that tells you something. If we talk about complexity, I would say it's more like a dual-faceted smell, because to me it really smells like resin, something that comes from a wood, but it also smells like smoke. It is not super smoky because it's syrupy and dense. It's not airy like smoke. And it's also quite humid or juicy smelling. It's not dry or chalky if we talk about moisture. It's hard for me to describe the temperature. It seems like it's cool but also warm at the same time. It's definitely not burning or icy, like really cold. It's not none of those. It's somewhere in between. It could be that the smoky part of it is cooler and the woody part is warmer. I'm not sure. Next, if we talk about the surface of this material, it feels rather grainy, rough. It's not smooth. It feels like if you touch the bark of a tree, it feels kind of like that because it smells like the thing you would find on the surface of a tree. So it kind of makes sense. If we talk about luminosity, it is a dim scent. It is not bright. It's not also pitch black like a tar or something. But this has some kind of a bright aspect to it. On a scale from sterile to feral, it is gritty. It's not really animalic, but it is dirty like a tree. If we talk about realness, I would say it is naturalistic. It's not hyper-realistic. It's not really impressionistic or abstract. It is somewhere close to being real. It reminds me of something really real that I have smelled before on a tree. Yes, I have smelled trees before. This to me does not smell edible. Smells inedible. It doesn't smell chemical, but it doesn't smell edible, if that makes sense. Other ways to describe this material would be that it's sticky and balsamic. Some sources say it smells bone dry, but to me it smells juicy, like the liquid thing that, like the resin of a tree. It does have some kind of spiritual cleanness to it because it reminds of frankincense. If I had to give it a color, it would be either brown, dark gray, or black. It does feel timeless and nostalgic because it has this kind of ancient smell to it in a good way. It feels raw and serious. Overall, I would say it's a great material. I have used it in the past. It's especially great for adding smokiness to your formulas. Not the fleeting top-note smokiness, more like the base, the heavy, the resins. But like I said, it's quite easy to overdose, so you gotta be careful with it.